Hey guys, it's Scott with scottieb Cards, and in this video, I want to look at 3 rookies who could be a great buy in 2025. So there are a few rookies in 2025 sets that have really proven themselves the last 60 games or so. That's the same length as the COVID season we had in 2020. And so I think it's a pretty good sample size to look at their stats and say, hey, is this real or is it kind of just early sample sizes? I think we're kind of there. And I think we're at the point now, a third of the way through the season, where we can look at these numbers and see if it's legit. So what we're going to do is look at these player stats and then look at their current card value, see how they've moved the last year or so, and just discuss who they are. So the very first one, a player who gets me really excited, and every once in a while there's a rookie who I just like. And James Wood is that rookie. So he's 22 years old, which is great. The younger you are, the more important it is in baseball cards in particular. You can accumulate stats. It helps you in your Hall of Fame run. Hall of Fame run is important for long-term values in baseball cards. He does play for the Nationals, which can be a hindrance, but I mean, Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, other players have played for the Nationals and still have hobby relevance for sure. But James Wood, he has had a great year. 2.6 WAR, 16 home runs, a 158 OPS plus, and 9 stolen bases as a 6'7" outfielder. That's just insane. The tools he has aren't really comparable to a lot of players. Not saying that will turn into a great all-time player, because we've seen a lot of players have great rookie years and then fizzle out, but I do think he has all the skills and he's really showing it this year. To give you an idea, here is his 2024 spray chart. You can see he's actually a left-handed hitter and he had a lot of power to the opposite field, but only pulled 2 home runs in 79 games with 9 total home runs, so 7 opposite field home runs. But we can see in 2025, he's only played 64 games, so 15 games less, and he's been able to pull and still maintain the opposite field power, which is great. So that reminds me of a different young national that used to play there, and that was Juan Soto, but James Wood has looked nice for that purpose. But he has a 92 percentile value for offensive metrics. You can see across the board pretty good. He does strike out quite a bit. He's in the 15th percentile in K rate, which is 27.1% of the time, but he's an 87th percentile for walk rate at almost 13%. So that's good to see as well. Really good to see, especially for a player of his age. He owns the strike zone well. So in general, a lot of things to really like about what he's doing. I do want to point out where he's at in Major League Baseball right now. So we can see right now he's tied for 18th place, essentially tied up with Alex Bregman at number 15. So at this pace, he's a top 20 player in Major League Baseball if he continues the trend he's on. We haven't seen a massive slump from James Wood yet, and knowing my luck, when I make this video, he'll have one. I hope not. But regardless, I do think that's inevitable. He'll have a sophomore slump, but I don't know how long it's going to be. And if he's able to maintain this throughout the year, he's a solid player. So James Wood's the first player I'm really excited about. I do think that he's a good rookie. He's young enough. He shows a lot of skills that a lot of players don't really ever develop: patience, opposite field power, ability to pull the ball 450 feet if he wanted to. So that's James Wood. The next player is Jacob Wilson. Jacob Wilson is very different than James Wood. He's a right-handed hitter. He does not have a ton of power. He has 8 home runs right now, but we'll look at his baseball savant and see a different story. But what he lacks in his power, he makes up in just being a pure hitter. And even though his baseball savant numbers don't look as pretty, he still has 97th percentile for batting run value, which is great. But you can see his average exit velocity is low, his barrel rate is low. All these things are that way. We can see it's worked. 91 hits, which is second to only Aaron Judge, who has like 95 hits, because Aaron Judge is hitting 398, while Jacob Wilson's hitting 370. Both are insane to be doing that in 2025. But 931 OPS for a 161 OPS plus with a 407 OBP. He's walking and striking out essentially at the same rate, which is good to see. Here is his K rate at only 6.1%, which is 100th percentile in baseball. Not striking out. Kind of a throwback type hitter, which is fun to see. But we can see a lot of his home runs aren't deep, a lot of wall scrapers, which is fine. And where he lacks in regards to average exit velocity, barrel rate, hard hit percentage, he makes up in squared up percentage. So a lot of players similar to Jacob Wilson in squared up percentage is going to be Luis Ariz, Mookie Betts, there's Jacob Wilson. We can see a lot of other players who they're hitting the ball, so they square it up. Even if it doesn't have the hardest exit velocity, it's okay. So that's kind of who he is. And yes, he'll have some regression, but if you look at his minor league stats, you can see he was a 433 hitter in AAA, AA, and rookie ball in 53 games in 2024, and a 333 hitter in 26 games back in 2023. So he's been able to do it at every level up to this point. I do think he'll probably regress a little bit, but who knows? Maybe he's just a 370 hitter. That'd be great. But either way, I do want to point out, even though James Wood has been a top 20 player, Jacob Wilson up to this point has been a top 5 player. He's actually been good defensively as well, where James Wood has been a negative defender at negative 3.2 defensive value. We have Jacob Wilson at 2.6 defensive value, and he's been a positive base runner as well for a total of 3.3 WAR. It's always hard to predict which rookies are going to be valuable, but I do want to point out Jacob Wilson does have the Bowman Red Rookie Buyback Program rookie card. So does James Wood, but he does not qualify for Rookie of the Year, so that card shouldn't exist. It does exist. Don't invest in that card because you will not get paid out by Fanatics. Jacob Wilson could technically pay out for you. Jack Caglione just debuted. Roman Anthony just debuted. We also had Marcel Mayer just debuted. So all those guys could come in and steal from Jacob Wilson because the season is still young. But as of right now, he is the Rookie of the Year favorite. I think they're like 50 or 60 bucks. So you can cash him in for $100 if he does win Rookie of the Year. If you're feeling dangerous, you could check that out. The other rookie is Matt Shaw. And we're going to look at Matt Shaw really quick. And I say really quick because he got demoted and then recalled recently. And so his overall year has been 1.1 WAR, 2 home runs, hitting 252 for a 101 OPS plus. I know that. But if we look at Matt Shaw's last 18 games since he was recalled on May 19th, he's hitting 323 with a 139 WRC plus and 0.6 WAR. So that's better. Outside of Jacob Wilson and James Wood, there's not really any other rookies I'm really excited about, but I thought Matt Shaw was interesting that he's been playing well since he was recalled, which is good to see. So let's look at some market movers real quick. And if you're interested in market movers, there's a code in my description where you get your first 2 weeks free and then 20% off if you continue with it. So here's James Wood for the last 365 days. He is down on his Bowman Chrome autographs. Here is his base PSA 10 and his refractor PSA 10, and his base Bowman Chrome PSA 10 non-autograph is up 25%. We can look at the last 180 days and we see a lot better story, up 82%, up 70%, up 61%. They're getting pretty expensive at this point, but it's still interesting to see. There is a dip for his cards back in November. This is the hardest dip we saw. You can look at the blue base Bowman Chrome autograph line. There's a lot of sales where it really dropped all the way down to 120 bucks, and now the last sale was at $465. So that's pretty good to see. So I don't know if it's too late or not, but it's still interesting to see. He's still basically down or flat from last year at this time when he was debuting, essentially. Now let's look at Jacob Wilson. Here's that red rookie logo that I discussed. It's again selling. Last sold was $54. Up to you if you want to take the risk. I'm not going to take the risk if that lets you know how I feel about it. But I do want to show his cards. It's a different story than James Wood. His cards have gone crazy. He didn't come out of nowhere because again, he was hitting great last year. He had 400 batting average. We talked about Jacob Wilson, but his cards have really gone up, but it feels like the boat may have been missed on his cards. But just wanted to show this massive increase. This blue Bowman Chrome line right here, his base, this is the line right here. It's kind of a thing of beauty. Look at the way it's just spiking up. It's pretty cool to see. So either way, that is Jacob Wilson. And then lastly, let's go look at Matt Shaw. So if you're a Matt Shaw believer as a Cubs fan, we saw a big spike heading into the season, and now he's pretty low. So if you believe this breakout is real since he's been recalled, you can check his cards out. Again, they're rookies. It's so hard to say for sure if they are going to have value. But if you are a believer, it's better time now than it was a few months ago. So let me know in the comments down below who you believe of these three has the best chance of being relevant in baseball. And on top of that, which rookie you're also excited about if I didn't discuss them in this video. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.